Hey everyone in Business 153. So for Chapter 11 assignment, I chose the Lowell, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it'll be the Lowell Mill Women's Strike. It created the first union of working women, and in the 1830s, the Lowell Mill women organized, went on strike, and mobilized in politics when women couldn't even vote. And it created the first union of working women in American history. The Lowell, Massachusetts textile mills where they worked were widely admired. But for the young women from around New England who made the mills run were not living in the dream life like it looked like there. A mill worker whose name is Amelia wrote that mill girls worked an average of nearly 13 hours a day, and it was worse than the poor peasant of Ireland or the Russian serf who labors from sun to sun, as she puts it. Lucy Larcombe, who is only 12, said that she hated the confinement, noise, and lint-filled air, and regretted the time lost to education. In 1834, when their bosses decided to cut their wages, the mill girls had enough. They organized and fought back. The mill girls marched to several mills to encourage others to join them, and gathered at an outdoor rally and signed a petition saying that we will not go back into the mills to work unless our wages are continued. No one had ever seen anything like this at the time, though the end result ended with the bosses winning. Management had enough power and resources to crush the strike. And within a week, the mills were operating nearly at full capacity. And then a second strike in 1836 happened, also sparked by wage cuts, was better organized, and made a bigger dent in the mill's operation. But in the end, the results were the same, with the bosses winning. But the mill girls refused to give up. In the 1840s, they shifted to a different strategy, political action. They organized the Lowell Female Labor Reform Association to press for reducing the workday to 10 hours. And then at the time, women couldn't vote at all. But that didn't stop them, so they organized huge petition campaigns, 2,000 signers on an 1845 petition, and more than double than on a petition the following year. They also organized chapters in other mill towns in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. They published they published factory tracts, to expose the wrecked conditions in the mills. And then that actually started for it to be lowered to 10 hours, and that's pretty much all they got from all the strikes that they did. But this took over like 10 years of just mill women having enough of the bosses and quitting and starting to strike. But in the end, the bosses had a lot more power, but it did start up something for American history. It started that women should not take anything less than what they deserve in a work environment. So yeah, and I remember learning about this in American history. It's one of the famous labor strikes that we learned. It's one of my favorites. I just wish that they gotten more than what they deserve, but it did start something for just American women in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope that you learn a little bit of something. And I look forward to looking at some of your strikes that y'all found. So yeah, thank you.